What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Lady D, and I'm back with the good news tea on WSUB 106.1. How are y'all feeling out there this morning? If you are catching us live at 7:30 a.m. bright and early, yes, I said it, 7:30 a.m. bright and early, I want to know how you're feeling. How you feeling out there? If you are watching this as a catch-up episode, so to speak, meaning you didn't catch us live this morning, shame on you, number one, but I want to know how your day went and how you're feeling, because I know we definitely like to give you a double dose, if you would, on Mondays, where you can catch us live at 7:30 a.m. here on the radio waves, but you can also catch us on YouTube in the evenings if you want to catch the visual version to see what shenanigans is going on here in the studio. Before we get started, y'all know how I do. You know I got to introduce who I got with me here in the studio and on the couch. It's the girl that y'all love to love. It's the girl that I always have to tell quiet on the set.
You sounded stressed for a second.
It's none other. Quiet on the set. It's none other than Marie. Thank you. Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. What is wrong with her? The fact that we have this much energy in the morning is crazy. Booyaka, booyaka.
We're here.
What's wrong with you?
Girl, look, I am feeling great. I always love being here in the studio. Giving y'all the good news tea, okay? On WSUB, okay? Give the people what they want.
Give them what they want.
Yes, okay? Praise people, hold up.
Holla if you hear me. Thank you for being back on the couch. It's always good to have you. And based on feedback that I've gotten, that I've seen in the comments, in the DMs, like, they love you out there. So today, we're going to jump right in. Today, we're talking about a disciplined woman being a successful woman.
That's good.
That is our topic for today that we're going to discuss.
Disciplined woman being a successful woman. I like it. I like it.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and run our clip.
Okay.
And we're going to see where the conversation takes us. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
A disciplined woman is a successful woman, because all you're doing is following a formula that works. If one thing works, you follow that formula, and you are disciplined in whatever you're doing, and that breeds success. And so discipline is key. If you cannot control yourself when it comes to your eating habits, when you cannot control yourself when it comes to just something as simple as drinking water, what's your prayer life like then? You see? What is your worship time like? What is your fellowship time like? And so it's so important. These things spill over into business. They spill over into your family. The things that you should be doing as a mother, the things you should be doing as a sister, the thing you should be doing as an aunt in the family, or a guardian, a female guardian. All those things will be in serious jeopardy if you don't understand the very, very important principle of discipline. Disciplined woman is...
I love that.
A disciplined woman.
Okay.
Is a successful woman.
Was that what you wanted me to hear?
No, girl, don't start. No. Don't start. No. A disciplined woman is a successful woman. So, when I first heard this, I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You think, obviously, a disciplined woman is a successful woman, just off of the strength of knowing you got to be disciplined to do business. But then when you think about the simple things that require discipline in our lives, and how whether or not you can navigate that affects how disciplined you are in other areas where may seem like an obvious area to demonstrate discipline, I was like, dang, that's crazy. Because why are you trying to call me out, Prophetess? Because I definitely ain't been drinking water consistently.
Calling you and me both out. Because you know I'm bad with food. I will snack. I got granola sitting behind me right now. Okay?
She does, y'all. As a matter of fact, we were almost late starting the recording because she was like, can you go get my granola? I was like, are you serious? She was like, go get the granola right now.
Yeah. Right now, I want to snack on something. But wow.
Yeah, a disciplined woman.
And it's spilling over into other relationships like business.
Yes. how you show up as an aunt, as a guardian, whether you're a parent or looking after someone, as a sister, in all the ways that relationships can be I guess experienced, if you would. It trickles and translates there. Your business, your career. And so what it really made me think about is if the small things in life, right, that we sometimes may overlook, if we can't be disciplined in those areas. And so it made me start thinking about like, okay, what are the things that I'm like, oh man, I keep forgetting to do this, or oh man, I'm not doing this. Like the small stuff, like around the house. For example, the kids' schedule.
Okay.
I kept saying, oh my gosh, I need to do the kids' schedule like at home in terms of like, okay, when you come home, these are the things that you need to do as a reminder. And I keep forgetting to do that. Or drinking water every day. Like usually I want to drink a certain amount of water every day. Making sure I have a certain amount to eat every day, working out. If I can't be consistent with these small things, then it's like, what does your prayer life look like? And I was like, oh, well, my prayer life is definitely reflective of the inconsistency based on just how schedules have been as of lately. And it's like, well, if you can't figure out how to navigate, everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. So if you can't figure out how to navigate the small things that require discipline, how is it then going to be your reality, so to speak, for you to have discipline in areas that require a different level of discipline, a higher level of discipline?
And even just a higher level of yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it makes me think about the conversation we were having in the office about what I was so butthurt about about making some changes in my life and with what it was that I've been doing. And it made me think of, you was like, so what I'm hearing is you ain't prioritizing your time right. After I done sat and I done cried, I done shedded a thug tear. And I was like, these are my babies. I don't know what to do. So what I'm hearing is, this lady, so what I'm hearing is you ain't managing or prioritizing your time. And I was like, dang, I ain't think about it like that. I was like, wow. So it made me also think about how we had a mini flood in the studio one Monday. And at all the days, they decided to leave me by myself. Okay?
I know, and she's rarely here.
In the evening.
Especially on her own, nonetheless.
And to know that we had a mini flood in the studio, and I was like, I wasn't freaking out, but I was like, okay, I saw the mop there, but I was like, it's so much water. I said, let me use these paper towels so I can at least soak up a little bit of the water. And they were like, what is wrong with you? But the water still kept coming out because the water valve wasn't turned off. And then, of course, one of our staff members came and helped out. And it was just interesting because when I got home later that night, at that time I already had a migraine because I just had a bad headache. And when I was winding down for bed, I felt like God was trying to reveal to me that, are you going to be able to handle the outpour that I'm bringing in your life? Do you have the discipline to take care of the things that I'm bringing into your life? Because if you cannot take care of what I'm bringing into your life, if you can't take care of and have the discipline now, when I'm outpouring the stuff in your life, how are you going to be able to handle everything that I've called you to do and everything that you've prayed for? How are you going to be able to handle all of that?
Bingo. You hit the nail on the head, because I was that literally just about to say, we pray for all these different things. Oh, Lord, I want this. I want this 6-figure job. I want this this new car, whatever it may be. But then it's like, are you disciplined enough to be able to handle said blessings that you want or said success that you want? Are you going to actually handle it, or are you going to mishandle it and then you mess around and you lose it, right? And of course, that's all based on you. But sometimes we be the weapon formed against us. Yeah. And because we haven't demonstrated the discipline in other areas, we are the ones that are the blockers to unlocking said next level of blessing, opportunity, whatever it may be, because we haven't demonstrated the discipline in other areas of our lives, right? Like, and that's really what it is.
Yeah.
That was a very good example. I remember that too. That was really recent. Y'all tell us if you are listening and you follow us on social media, drop in the comments if there's anything in your life that you feel like could use a little bit more discipline, the small things, the little things. And we're going to go on a quick break. And we come back from this break, we're going to talk more about how we handle the things that God trusts us with. All right, we'll be right back.
Yep.
Support for this program comes from TRG Financial, helping families, professionals, and brands develop clear, coordinated plans for savings, retirement, and estate needs, bringing organization to financial uncertainty. More at trg-financial.com.
Now I sit in your splendor. I've experienced you and conquered all. You swallowed up all evil and breathed out grace for my sake. I sit in your splendor. I am honored by your grace. You immerse me with your power. I see you face to face. Yahweh, your name is Jesus. Yahweh, Yahweh, Jesus. By the blast of his nostrils, waters gathered together, and the flood stood upright. You swallowed up every principality in victory. No snare of the fowler can come close to me. You changed my name, changed my story, overlooked my overlookers. You gave me progress by your mighty hand. I don't even know how you did it. Yahweh, I just realized that everything can be working in my favor by your grace. By your grace. Kayani Maitai. You swallowed up all evil and breathed out grace for my sake. I sit in your splendor. I am honored by your grace. You immerse me with your power. I see you face to face.
What's up, everybody? We are back from our break, and you are tuned in to The Good News Tea with your host, Lady D on the MIC. And we are always live here on WSUB 106.1 every Monday at 7:30 a.m. And you can also catch us on Wednesdays now. My job. Yes, that's right. Live off the press. We are here Mondays and Wednesdays, y'all, at 7:30 a.m. So make sure you are tuned in. If for some reason you're oversleep on a Monday and you miss us, guess what? You can catch us again on Wednesday. Oh, we had a great and brief break, but we're back now. And we're talking about how discipline is a requirement to be a successful woman. Discipline is required to be successful in any capacity, but because it is Women's History / Her Story Month, we're really focusing on, as women, the things that allow us to be inspired, motivated, empowered to continue to exude success. And so before we left, Marie and I were talking about just examples of how you need to navigate different instances in your life through a lens of discipline or by practicing discipline. And that oftentimes is reflective of whether or not you can handle the blessings that God has in store for you, right? How you are disciplined with the smaller things allows God to see if he can trust you with the bigger things that you're praying for, that you're desiring, and that you want for your life. So she used the example about the flood that happened here in the studio.
And I'm thinking about other things too now that I think about it.
What else you got?
If God told you to do something,
Oh, obedience.
you have to have discipline to even do it.
Yep.
If you have, like you said, everybody has the same 24 hours in a day.
They do. Billionaires, millionaires, thousandaires.
And it was so funny. I was just talking to a woman about this. She travels a lot dealing with sports. And her friends were like, girl, come meet us at this place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got the flight, whatever. And she was like, I just got off a flight. I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. You just have fun. Just live a little. Have fun. Live a little. Sometimes, and I keep looking at the pillow because godly company disrupt bad morals. And so when you think about those people who aren't understanding the call on your life, who aren't understanding the vision that God has placed on inside of you, and they want you to come out, they, as they would call it, live a little.
Yep.
Have fun. You always working all the time. God told me in this season he wanted me to buckle down. God told me in this season to be intentional with my time. So if me being intentional with my time means that I can't go and party with you all night long, even if I'm not drinking, just me being in that atmosphere and in that environment when I should be disciplined enough to be where I need to be, clearing my mind so that way I can operate as the creative director that I need to operate at.
There you go. There you go.
Then I'm not being disciplined.
The wisest people and the most successful people understand that time is the most precious commodity. Because how you handle your time is reflective of the success that you have, the lack thereof, the wealth that you have or may not have. How you handle time is such a precious commodity because there's a lot of things that money can, I would say, buy back. But lost time, in a natural sense, you cannot buy that back.
Nope. Wow.
Lost time. And a lot of times in instances where, because I've been there, you've been there, and there are folks probably listening that either as students or as professionals, as entrepreneurs, have been there where it's like, I'm in a season of my life right now where I have to be locked in. I cannot afford to do the things that others are doing simply because, one, I have a vision, right? And so because I have a vision and I'm determined to see that vision come to life through goals that I've set for myself, I can't do what everybody else is doing. Everybody else don't have the same vision I have. Everybody else ain't got the same goals that I have. But then you take it a step further and you start to integrate instructions that God may have given you or a calling that God has bestowed upon your life. And you said it best. When God calls you to do something, it is not a conference call.
It's not a conference call. It's not a conference call. And what also came to my mind a couple seconds ago was the level of trust that God, the level of trust that God has when his children can be disciplined. Because because if I say, hey, look, can you go do X, Y, and Z? Or hey, even more, hey, I need you to say 1, 2, 3. If you are not disciplined enough to say 1, 2, and 3, how can I tell you then to say 4, 5, 6?
Exactly. If I can't trust you with the small,
trust you, how can I trust you with the big?
There you go. If God can't trust you with the small stuff, to be disciplined in the small stuff, and let's be honest, right? Like, drinking water every day may seem like, God ain't got to trust me to drink water every day. But your body is a temple. You take care of your body, right? So drinking water is a reflection of you honoring the temple that God has given you. So while it may seem minute, and while we understand we're under grace, we have God's soonnesses, and so it's like, I don't get sick, I don't do this. But there's a natural and a spiritual side to everything.
Yes.
And so while, yes, you are covered by, by being a Christian in many facets. But then on the flip side, your actions can contradict like the rite of passage almost that you have as a Christian. Your actions can contradict the rite of passage you have as a Christian to have access to certain things, to be shielded from certain things, all because you choose to neglect, to be negligent in the small things.
Sis, I got the perfect example.
Give it to me. Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want.
Mic on her. Camera on her.
As you talk about going to the next level and the next version that God has planned for you, when it comes to really operating and having discipline, that is so true. And when I think back to when I first started the journey of my sobriety journey of not drinking alcohol anymore, and I knew that there was an urge for me to stop drinking alcohol, but I was playing around. And once I started to take that journey serious and actually be intentional and be disciplined, when I was around people who were drinking all of the time. And when I say, you know what? Because you made me think about it when you said your body is a temple.
Oh, yeah.
When I started to think about, okay, let me be intentional because I feel that God has wanted me to stop drinking for real. Like, and let me just really lock that in. I will be around people and I was like, oh, no, I started to be disciplined. Like, I'm okay. No, I'm good. I would turn it down. And then 1 month led to 2 months, 2 months led to 3 months. And then I think at like right when I was starting that journey, that's when I was brought on with a very popular platform, a podcast titled The Poor Horseman. Pour as in P-O-U-R, pouring up. And they would pour up drinks. They would, talk. They had sponsors like Jack Daniels, Terramana Tequila.
Ooh.
They had a lot. It was a lot of, a lot of drinking happening.
Basically, yeah.
And when I reflect back to that, it made me think about how I don't believe if God didn't trust me after he saw that I can be in areas and environments where drinking is surrounding me and I'm saying no, if he didn't feel like he couldn't trust me, he would have never opened that door for me to be in that environment and be able to still hold my ground. And y'all, here it is, 2 years, 3 years later, I'm one of the co-hosts on the Poor Horseman podcast, and I share insight. Like I don't feel pressure to drink, but also all of these amazing doors that started to open.
I was just about to say
after I started working with the Poor Horseman podcast. I never
didn't even think about that.
All of
because I stopped drinking in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a God-led thing, similar to you.
Yep.
And you just made me think, in that same vein, if I was still drinking and got in an environment like that, would the same opportunities that stemmed from that even be here? Would I have had them?
Yep.
Because maybe I would have been drinking, overly intoxicated, acting a fool, embarrassing myself, or not carrying myself in a way that a person would want to do business with me. And I didn't even realize that till you just shared that story. That is so brilliant.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And that was, I feel like God unlocking that next level for me, because that's when things were taken off.
Okay.
Taken off.
Okay. Well, that's a very good example. That's a very good example. I didn't even realize that. Okay. So if you're listening, right, and there's something in your life that you feel like needs some additional discipline, one, I would definitely say, let's go ahead and let's make a commitment to say, I'm going to buckle down on this thing. If it's 3 or 4 things, you start with one if you need to, and then build from there. But if you are somebody who maybe you have made a decision to be disciplined, right? And you are facing some of the ridicule or some of the pressure that you described with the young lady that you were speaking with, I would definitely say be encouraged in your season of practicing that discipline, because you don't know what opportunities, what blessings, what success lies on the other side of your discipline. So don't be dismayed. Don't be distracted. Don't let what other people around you are doing impact or affect what it is that you have your focus set on. Because there's a reason you were given the vision. There was a reason you were given whatever goal it is you're trying to accomplish. There's a reason you were chosen for whatever it is you are being disciplined in. And if there's others around you who don't see the vision, don't even be mad at them, because they don't have the vision. And God will put the people around you that's needed to support you in your journey when the time is right. And we can both attest to that.
Don't let your lack of discipline disrupt your destiny.
There you go. Don't let your that's good.
I just thought about it.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Hello. Put it on a pillow.
Put it on a pillow.
Put it on my quote graphic.
Oh my God. That is our time, y'all. That is our time. Man, this was good.
It was.
This was good. I hope you were encouraged. Those of you listening or watching, don't be dismayed by the discipline that's needed in your life. Embrace it.
Yep.
Embrace it and push through and continue to stretch yourself, because that lack of discipline will disrupt your destiny, and you don't want that. You don't want that for yourself. As always, we are certainly not out of good news. We are just out of time. And before we go, I want to give a special shout out to LB Fusions. It is an herbal brand that I absolutely love. They are going to be a future sponsor for us. And so y'all going to see some good news teacups up here with me and Armory. And we're going to have some LB Fusions tea.
That's what we love.
The herbal tea. They got sea moss. They got it all. So we're going to have some stuff on set here really soon with them, as well as some formal support from the radio show for them as well. But I just wanted to give them a shout out because they are a women-led business.
Oh,
and so
love.
in the month of her story, I want to shout them out. I'll make sure if you're watching this, I'll put the link here on the screen if you want to check it out. But otherwise, we're going to wrap for today. And if you are tuning in on the radio here in the morning, I want to encourage you to have a very blessed, a very prosperous, a very disciplined day today. And if you're watching this, whenever you're watching it, make sure y'all continue to tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on socials. Do all the things that are required to stay in the know on all the good news tea that we got for you. For now, your girl, Lady D, on the MIC is cutting it off. We out.
Yeah.